This is a story about how one different choice can transform a hero into something terrifyingly efficient. So buckle up, because this version of Peter Parker doesn't pull his punches or his trigger. Our story starts exactly like you know it. Peter Parker, nerdy high school student, gets bitten by a radioactive spider. But this spider is different. Instead of its usual appearance, it has its Punisher skull on the back instead. He develops incredible powers: super strength, spider sense, wall crawling, the works. He even designs his iconic web shooters and costume. Just like in the main timeline, Peter initially uses his powers for fame and fortune, appearing on TV shows and making money. He's cocky, he's selfish, and when a security guard asks him to stop a thief, he lets the criminal walk away, saying it's not his problem. Sound familiar? Well, here's where everything changes. That same thief breaks into the Parker home and kills Uncle Ben. But here's the difference. In the main universe, Peter webs up the criminal and learns his lesson about responsibility. In this universe, Peter Parker rushes into the warehouse where the police have the killer cornered. But instead of taking him down the way he normally would, Peter grabs the killer's own gun and pulls the trigger. This is the moment Peter Parker dies, and the Punisher is born. He makes a vow. Never again will innocent people die while he has the power to prevent it, by any means necessary. Peter modifies his costume and web shooters, turning them into deadly weapons. He creates a small caliber chain gun magazine that feeds into his wrist shooters with sensors in his palms that let him select different ammo types: high explosive, armor piercing, incendiary, and EMP rounds. Just like regular Spider-Man, he still sells photos to J. Jonah Jameson at the Daily Bugle. But these aren't pictures of Spider-Man stopping crime, they're images of a masked killer that the media dubs the Punishing Spider, or just the Punisher. His first major test comes when the Sinister Six target his loved ones. Peter doesn't mess around, he kills them all. Incendiary rounds turn Sandman to glass. EMP rounds fry Electro. Explosive rounds take out Kraven, a close-up death blow to take out Mysterio. Vulture's wings got destroyed, essentially becoming a decoration, and Dr. Octopus gets armor-piercing rounds that turn his mechanical arms to shrapnel. The fear in Aunt May's eyes makes it clear he can never reveal his identity to those he loves. Peter tries to live a normal life, going to college and even dating Gwen Stacy. His roommate is Harry Osborn, and everything seems fine until Harry's father, Norman Osborn, discovers Peter's secret identity. The Green Goblin drugs Peter to nullify his spider sense and captures him. Norman reveals he knows Peter is the Punisher and challenges him to a final confrontation. Peter uses Norman's love for Harry against him. The shot causes Norman's amnesia to return temporarily, but months later, Norman's memories return and he goes after what Peter loves most: Gwen Stacy. On a bridge high above the city, Norman gives Peter an ultimatum: jump to your death or watch Gwen die. Peter makes his choice. He fires armor-piercing rounds, followed by Teflon-jacketed slugs, all hitting the same spot on Norman's armor. The Green Goblin falls to his death, but not before dropping Gwen. Unlike in the main timeline, where Gwen dies from the whiplash, Peter's quick thinking and webbing save her life. Now, Harry wants revenge against the Punisher for killing his father, but Peter realizes something crucial: the cycle of violence will never end. So Peter makes the hardest choice of all. He chooses love over vengeance. He strips off the Punisher costume and throws it away, deciding to focus on being a good boyfriend to Gwen, maybe even a husband. He's done with the killing. But there's news report from earlier about the Castle family caught in mob crossfire in Central Park. Frank Castle, the decorated Marine veteran, survived that attack. He's been wandering the streets, broken, his wife and children dead. And that's when Frank stumbles across Peter's discarded costume, and in this universe, the real Punisher is born. Peter Parker chose love over vengeance, but Frank Castle chooses a path of pure, unending war against crime, and that's made all the difference.